Prajñāpāramitā is a female deity within Buddhism and is a personification of the transcendental wisdom. Prajñāpāramitā refers to a perfected way of seeing the nature of reality, as well as to a particular body of Mahayana scriptures which discusses this wisdom. One of the primary ways of identifying Prajñāpāramitā is by her lotus attribute that should have a manuscript or book resting on top of the flower, as we see in this bronze statuette from Nalanda in the state of Bihar in India. We have a written record of Prajñāpāramitā images dating as far back as 400 of the Common Era, thanks to the writings of the Chinese monk Faxian. However, we do not find many surviving images of the goddess until around 800 of the Common Era. According to Edward Conze, there are 6 types of attributes that occur in images of Prajñāpāramitā. Firstly, there is the lotus, and then the book that we often see resting on top of the flower, which can be assumed to represent the Prajñāpāramitā Sutra. There is also the rosary and the sword, which we often see in association with Manjushri, who also represents wisdom. The final 2 other attributes are the Vajra and the begging bowl. In this statuette, we can see the rosary, as well as the manuscript resting on top of the lotus blossom, quite clearly in the 2 upper hands. This statuette is also from Nalanda. Prajñāpāramitā is the ultimate source of refuge and an object of reverence, since only those who prize wisdom above all else may attain it. Even Buddhas and Bodhisattvas pay homage to her, since they owe their omniscience to her. The text that introduces both the philosophy and the goddess, the 8,000-line perfect wisdom scripture, took shape during the first 2 centuries of the Common Era, although portions of the work demonstrate earlier origins. The goddess is also embodied by a mantra, or magical incantation, that invokes her divine energies. Mantra recitation establishes a relationship with the goddess and awakens the transcendental wisdom within the practitioner's mind stream. The most famous Prajñāpāramitā statue can be considered to be this image from Java. This stone statue of the female deity was discovered in 1818 or 1819 by D. Monero, a Dutch East Indies official. In 1820, Monero gave the statue to C.G.C. Rijnwaard, who later brought the statue to the Netherlands, where it became a prized possession of the Volkenkunde in Leiden. However, in January 1978, the government of the Netherlands returned the statue to the Republic of Indonesia when Queen Juliana of the Netherlands visited the former Dutch colony. Today, the statue is placed in the Museum Nasional Indonesia in Jakarta. The goddess of transcendental wisdom is seated in a lotus position, on a round lotus cushion on a rectangular base. Her hands are raised in front of her chest in the gesture symbolizing the turning of the wheel of the law. A lotus stalk, rising from the pedestal, winds itself around the left arm of the goddess. On top of the lotus flower rests a book, the Sutra of Transcendental Wisdom, or the Prajñāpāramitā Sutra.